Do you like ulting planeswalkers? What if you could ult your planeswalkers every game? Today's deck is designed to do just that. The way we ult our planeswalkers so quickly is through the use of Bolas' Citadel. This card allows us to pay life rather than mana for our cards, and we plan to abuse this in order to basically play our entire deck in a single turn, and in the process ult our planeswalkers on the turn they are played. Let's go through some card choices. Bolas' Citadel. This is the card that allows us to combo off so effectively. We will almost never make use of its active ability, but this is our main win condition. The rest of the deck is designed to support this card. Once it hits the field, our goal is to win the game immediately or on the next turn. So how do we combo off? Well, we have a number of mana accelerators. Azusa from M21 and Dryad from Theros can allow us to pay many lands per turn. This means that when Citadel is in play, we can just play all of the lands we come across on the top of our deck. Other supporting cards are Uro, Bond of Flourishing, and Mazemind Tome. Uro is there to ramp us, put lands into play, and is life neutral when played with Citadel. Bond of Flourishing can gain us life when we hit it on the top of our library with Citadel, and can help smooth out our early game land drops. Mazemind Tome is amazing in this deck. It smooths our early game by ensuring that our drops are good with its scry ability. It can scry bad top decks when Citadel is in play, and also, when it dies, it heals for 4, helping us survive our own life drain. Okay, so we've got Citadel and ways in which to dump a load of lands into play. What's the payoff? Well, the payoff is Evolution Sage. Evolution Sage proliferates whenever a land goes into play. With planeswalkers in play, and the sheer volume of lands being dumped onto the battlefield, you can often ult your planeswalkers on the same turn. Our payoff planeswalkers in this case are Teferi 4 and Nissa. Both of these planeswalkers are cheap enough to be played on curve and have impact when they hit the battlefield. They can slow down aggro all on their own. But the real reason we pick these two is for their ultimate abilities. Teferi, when he ults, allows us to take many turns in a row, and Nissa, when she ults, pulls all of the forests from the deck into play. If you have Evolution Sage in play when you Nissa ult, you proliferate even more. The last piece of the deck is Plane-Wide Celebration. All of the modes of Plane-Wide are great. We need the life gain from Citadel, we need the recursion from the graveyard for our planeswalkers if they should die, and we can use the proliferation to ult our planeswalkers too. Finally, our land choices. We make use of forests and scrylands heavily. Scrylands allow us to churn through our bad top decks from Citadel, and heavy use of forests give us more lands to retrieve with Nissa. And Fabled Passage can be 2 Evolution Sage triggers in one, as it gets one when it enters the battlefield and another when the land it retrieves enters the battlefield too. Here are some games of me popping off on the competitive ladder with this janky pile. Alright, queuing into a game here. Let's see how we do. Versus Everglow Chimera. Let's go. Alright, this is a pretty good hand. We've got Tome to smooth our early game. We've got Dryad on 3. And depending on what lands we get, we can play Teferi on 4. Let's see what we're up against. White, okay. Let's play Tome. We're going to scry here. Citadel, yes, we want to keep that. That's our, if we can get to play to that on 6, that's the dream. That's the dream. See what our opponent is up to. Okay, he's mono-white life gain, but he didn't have a 1-drop, that's excellent for us. I'm going to play Dryad, so I can play my extra land. I'm going to search for a black land, because I want to be able to play Bolas' Citadel on 6, and we've only got 2 black lands at the moment. I'm going to scry for... Ooh, there we go, another land. Perfect. So we'll have all of our lands on curve. Let's see what our opponent is up to. Healer's Hawk. He must have just got that off the top, otherwise he would have played it on turn 1. You can't attack because we've got Dryad, that's excellent. I'm going to Teferi. Let's get Teferi out there. Let's see what yeah, we'll just get rid of the other Teferi. Get a land into play. Scry the top of the deck. I'm going to get rid of that. It's too heavy for us. No attacks, I don't think. No. And then the mission now is to hopefully get a land off the top. And then play Citadel on 6. Okay, he's got Raise the Alarm. Is he like a cheap win noted? No, he's mono-white, isn't he? I don't know what he's playing. It looks like mono-white. Oh, okay. He's got some power on the board now. I think if push comes to shove, we need to sacrifice our teferi here. Actually, we don't need to. We can actually, instead of using his -3, we can use his +1. If we use Teferi's +1, it gives him 5 loyalty, and then we block with the Dryad, and it means Teferi's still on 1. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so Teferi...
I waited too long there.
Still on 1 loyalty, that's excellent. Ajani's Pride makes a bit of a problem, but we've got enough to play bolas and Citadel now, so hopefully we can just end the game here. Let's see. Evolution Sage, yep. Planewide Celebration, let's get some life so we can get going here. Scryland, perfect. We want to keep that. We're not going to proliferate our Maze Mine Tome because we want to be able to use that to scry the top of our library. Oh, Azusa off the top, excellent, let's keep going. You see what's happening here. Our opponent is in big trouble now. Now we can scry that other Azusa off the top because we don't need it, because we've already got one in play. Oh no, our opponent is in big trouble. There's Uro. We're going to put this land into play for free. Proliferate again. Put another land into play. And there's Nissa. Oh no, opponent. Oh no. There's Nissa. I'll put land into play. Proliferate everything. Bond of Flourishing. Take a land. Another Evolution Sage. Oh no, Planewide Celebration. Okay, if we proliferate 3 times, we can ult Nissa. And if we ult Nissa, we can pull all of the forests from our library into play, and then proliferate a bunch more. So we're pulling 4 forests, and we've got 2 Evolution Sages in place. So that's 8 proliferations, which means Teferi should be at, what, 17 loyalty? Oh no, opponent. Oh no. What a disaster. Alright, we've got no more lands we can play, but we've got 2 turns lined up. I'm going to make some invincible lands, and I think I got a Fabled Passage here, which can put... yeah, he's... Oh no! Oh no! What a disaster! Alright, queuing into a game here. What have we got? Against someone called Olion, with Laris of the Dream Den as his companion, so it's probably an aggro deck, and he goes first. Okay, let's see how we're doing here. We've got a pretty okay hand though. We've got our bolas of Citadel on 6, and we've got our Teferi on 4, and we've got a 3 and a 2 drop. In fact, this is a perfect hand nearly. But we'll see... Yeah, I'm going to scry that to the bottom. We'll see what our opponent does. I've got a funny feeling he's an aggro deck. If he's an aggro deck, yeah, hopefully we survive long enough to do our stuff. Ooh, okay. He's a cycling deck. Don't see those very often anymore. I'm going to pick... What do we want here? I think we want Uro, because we might need the life gain. I'm going to say Uro because we need the life gain. We can take a lot of damage versus cycling, unfortunately, before our combo, and we're going to need all the life gain we get, or that we can get when we get Citadel down. I'm going to take 3 here. Let's see what we got. I'm going to play my Dryad on turn 3. We really need black land, otherwise we can't play bolas of Citadel. So we're going to play 1 here, and both of these Fabled Passages will probably be retrieving swamps, so that we can play bolas of Citadel on 6. Next turn I'm probably going to play... Oh, what should we play next turn? We've got Uro or Teferi is the question. What we could do, even, is actually just play Citadel. We could play both of these Fabled Passages, retrieve 2 black lands, and then attempt to pop off. I'm really tempted to do that. I'm really very, very tempted. One way or another, we're getting 2 swamps here. There's 1. There's 2. So the question is, do we attempt to pop off here early? I think we do. Let's go. No fear. There's teferi off the top. I don't think we can do much more though, because I think we're already we're already out of lands we can play. But we have some defense for teferi, which is nice. And we have bolas citadel on the battlefield, and I don't think cycling has any real way to remove it. So, depending on what our opponent does here, we could be... I think he's in big trouble, actually. I think he's in really big trouble here, because we've got Azusa in hand as well. If we play Azusa next turn, then we can just play basically our entire deck. We can just play the entire deck off the top next turn. And he's creating a lot of tokens and all this. It looks scary, but I'm actually not worried at all. Some other decks I'll be worried, but not this one. Not with this deck. He's in big, big trouble. I don't think he realises just how much trouble he's in just yet, but we'll work it out soon. There's Azusa, Fabled Passage, Plane-wide Celebration. I'm going to proliferate and gain a little bit of life. See if we're going to try and ult teferi on this turn. Bond of Flourishing. I'm going to pull tap land. Tome, that's an excellent draw, so we can scry. We're going to use it to scry this other teferi off the top. More scry lands. I'm going to scry another land off the top because I want to find a Nissa if I can. I don't mind proliferating my tome because I need the life. And I can't play it this turn anyway. I'm going to play Uro, so I can put a land into play for free, and that'll give my teferi 11 loyalty, which means I can take 2 extra turns after this already. Alright, so he's already in gigantic trouble here. He's in so much trouble because we've got 2 extra turns lined up after this. No attacks. And yeah, he is in so much trouble. I'm going to take the tome. I'm going to just keep playing lands off the top. Bond of Flourishing, yeah. Keep proliferating that teferi. I'm going to take Nissa. Yeah, here we go. Here comes Nissa. I don't think there's many forests left, actually, for Nissa to retrieve with her ult. So I'm going to scry land to move this teferi to the bottom. There's Plane-wide Celebration. Here we go. Here we go. Right, we're going to ult this Nissa. I'm going to proliferate 3 times and gain 4 life. And that will allow me to ult Nissa, but I don't think there's actually much in the library to retrieve. There's only 2. There's only 2 lands, but I'll take proliferate twice, that's fine. Keep playing lands off the top. Let's go. Uro, that'll allow us to play another land, which is great, and it will move this teferi. I'm going to play the Triome. We've got another Evolution Sage. Oh no, our opponent. Oh no. What a disaster. And we're going to tome. We could scry this Azusa off the top. Another Evolution Sage. Yeah, I don't know. I think our opponent is working it out that he won't be taking any more turns this game. He's taken his last turn. I'm going to ult teferi for a second time this game on like turn 5. Oh dear. Oh no. I'm going to escape this Uro. So we've got an Uro in play as well. And he's going to pull this bolas citadel off the top so I don't have to pay life for it. I'm probably just going to attack here because I've just got like, 3 turns lined up? And he's going to have to start chump blocking because we're going to be creating invincible Nissa lands. And they're going to be proliferating as well. And yeah, I think this game's wrapped up. He will not be taking any more turns this game. Oh dear. Oh no. I don't really mind if he blocks, because now he's only got 3 things on the field. And for the next 3 turns, I'm going to be making Nissa lands. I'm going to play another Azusa, so I can keep playing lands. Fabled Passage feels a little bit like overkill, but what we're going to do is we're going to create the Nissa land first before we start proliferating. Proliferate a couple times. We can crack the Fabled Passage to pull another land out for free and proliferate 2 more times. Okay, we don't have any basic lands left. We don't actually have any more basic lands to retrieve with Fabled Passage, but that's just how it goes. I'm going to attack with, I think, everything. I think I'm going to attack with everything, and I think I'm going to do this for the next, well, until he loses, basically. I've got 2 more turns after this one, and by then Teferi will have ulted again, so I'll take 2 more turns after that as well. But he is not going to last that long. He is not going to last that long. I mean, look at the state of our board. We're on, like, what, turn 5 or 6? We've pulled every single land in our deck on the battlefield. We have 2 ulted planeswalkers. Teferi has ulted twice. I mean, and he's got 5 lands and a single 1/1. I mean, oh, you know, I mean, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Alright, queuing into a game here. What have we got? This is a very heavy hand. I'm tempted to mulligan it. We don't have enough lands. We don't have enough ways to get to Citadel. As much as I hate to mulligan Citadel, I think we're going down to 6 in this game. Yeah. Alright, we've got Uro. This is not too bad. And we go first, which is nice. Let's see how our opponent does. Okay, they're playing a Golgari land. I am going to play this untapped, so I can play my Bond of Flourishing. I'm going to grab another land. I think what's most important here is actually just getting your lands out. From my experience playing this deck, getting land screwed is the fastest way to lose. Okay, getting land screwed is the fastest way to lose on almost all decks, but it's especially bad for this one, because you need to get your lands out quickly, and you need to get to your bolas' Citadel as fast as possible. And if you can't play it when you draw it, then, well, you're in big trouble. Okay, we've got a bunch of Uros. Well, we're gaining life at least, and we are doing some drawing. There's a Nissa, which is very nice. So we can play Nissa next turn. I'm going to use this to retrieve not a forest. The reason I don't retrieve a forest is because when Nissa ults, she can retrieve all the forests for me. Questing Beast, oh no, okay, right. This deck cannot deal with Questing Beast, unfortunately. Yes, this deck cannot handle Questing Beast. So, I think we're on a bit of a clock here. We're going to need to end the game before Questing Beast kills us, because we cannot kill Questing Beast. And even if we slow it down, it's not actually helping that much. So we got Nissa out, but we're very short on cards. I think we might be in trouble here. Okay, Polychronos. Yeah, we are definitely in trouble now. We are definitely in big trouble. If he attacks with Questing Beast, I think the correct play might be to double block this. I don't think I'm going to, though. I think Nissa can just take the... I'm not as worried about my life total as I am Nissa's. Nissa can go down to 2. That's okay. There's Citadel. Okay, right, let's see what we've got. Okay, proliferate a couple times. We can play Azusa. Alright, okay, we're popping off a little bit here. We're popping off a little bit. A tome. We can use this tome to scry the other Azusa off the top. Seal this synergy. I think we're going to have to play this. We're on a clock. We need to go quickly here. There's Plane-wide Celebration. We're going to keep that. We're going to use all of those. We're probably going to use all of the Plane-wide Celebrations to heal, I think. I think we need to heal. And there's another Citadel. Oh, I hate doing this, but we need to play it. We need to keep going. Bond of Flourishing. I'm going to pull a Fabled Passage. Evolution Sage, it's a nice draw. Unfortunately, we can't play any more lands. We can play Uro, though. Question is, do we do it? I think we do. We just need the life gain, and we need to potentially put another land in play. we put Fabled Passage in, we can get Nissa up to 10 loyalty, because when we crack Fabled Passage, we get a second land in play. And Nissa is looking pretty scary for our opponent at this point, which is nice. So hopefully that'll give him something to think about. I don't think we attack with everything, because we need to defend Nissa basically at all costs at this point. Has he got a way to deal with bolas' citadel? I'm most worried about things like Casualties of War. If Casualties of War comes down here, I think that's probably a good game. I think, because that'll kill Citadel, one of our lands, one of our creatures. It will kill Nissa. Tyrant Scorn, yeah, I'll allow it. That's fine. We could be in trouble here. What we really need is Teferi. If we can get Teferi into play before we ult Nissa, then I will be a happy man. Because then we can potentially ult Teferi as well. But it's on a knife edge here. It really depends on what we draw off the top of the deck. I'm assuming he's going to attack with everything, and we're going to have to chump basically. He's attacking Nissa with. It doesn't make sense to attack the Questing Beast. Yep, he's worked it out. I think we're going to chump block Polychronos with one of the Evolution Sages. We don't need to proliferate as badly anymore now that Nissa has got so much loyalty. Well, not anymore, but some loyalty. Bond of Flourishing off the top. I think we just keep going. I mean, there's nothing else to do, right? This is what this deck does. Land into play, proliferate. There's Teferi. Right. Here we go. Teferi in play. Teferi is in play. Uro. Hopefully he's going to pull the other Teferi off the top, which is nice. We get put a land into play for free. We need one more land in play. And then we can ult Nissa. And when we ult Nissa, she's going to pull all the forests in, which is going to hopefully give us enough to... Oh, there's only 3 left. That's fine, sure. That's good enough. So that will give us 8 loyalty on Teferi. Oh no, there's Playwide Celebration. Yes. I'm going to proliferate twice and gain some life. And that gives us enough to ult our Teferi. And we get 2 extra turns. 2 extra turns. Here we go. I am going to... Oh, do we escape this? Yeah, we're going to escape this. Uro. Because why not? But yes, I think that's the end of the game. Our opponent will not be taking any more turns this game. He's completely locked out. And we're going to create a bunch of these invincible lands, which are going to beat him down. And he's only got Questing Beast. And yeah, he's worked it out. Good game. Oh wow. Okay, this deck is amazing. I love it. Alright, that's all from me today. Here is the deck list once again. Have you tried this deck or something similar? Have you found a better payload for proliferation than Teferi and Nissa? If so, let me know in the comments below. Until next time, take it easy.